Hello and welcome. Today we're going to make a sculpture out of paper and tape. So first of all, you will need some paper and then you will need some tape. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a piece of plain paper and I'm going to rip it. I'm going to rip it halfway down. Once I get halfway down, I'm going to fold it in half. And then, along halfway, wherever it, I'm going to fold it again, like so. This, hopefully, will form a base for your sculpture. Now, I'm going to get a larger piece of paper that's a bit thinner this time. And again, I'm going to fold it, but this time I'm going to fold it into a sort of square shape like this. With this, and you see how, in order for me to make a square out of it, what I need to do is I need to fold it again along this line. And then again along here. Now once I've done that, I'm going to get a piece of tape and I'm going to tape it just there. Now, as you can see, it's no longer a square, because I changed my mind. I'm going to make a cone. So this cone can sit on the front of this little platform just here. Now, in order for that to be attached, obviously you need to have a piece of tape there. So I'm going to get a piece of tape and I'm going to tape this to the structure here. Just do it right next to the crease, just around there. And when I sit that on top, that now can sit on there and you can tape it at the back like that. Okay, so now that has been put on, I'm going to take another piece of paper. Try to choose a more unusual looking piece of plain paper. This must have been used as an offcut for some bigger project. Now this to me looks a bit like a crown, so I'm going to tape it from one side to the other. Just there. So get another piece of tape. I'm going to put it on the inside as well. So I tape it on the inside just around there. And then tape it just there. And in order to get it straight, I'm going to put it on the table first. And then I'm going to line those edges up. And there we go. Okay, so now we have like a little crown shape just there. Anyway, so whereabouts is this going? Well, imagine, I'm going to try putting it on top of here because it's very important to experiment and explore things. Now that I've done that, I'm looking at which side looks best. See, I quite like that angle there. So once that is done, now I've got to think about how I'm going to deal with this section here. How am I going to work this platform into something great? So, first thing I do, I can either fold things or crumple things, but I'm going to fold this corner over like so. And that can form a flap just there. Okay, I'm going to look for a different type of paper now. Always try and use a variety of materials when making a sculpture out of paper. Now this, I might want this to be a bit more like wavy, a little bit more ephemeral, if you will. So I'm going to put this on the front like this. And in order to do that, again, I'll take my tape, stick it on that side. See, often if you make your tape too small, then you won't be able to tape it down in the right way. But this is just about okay. So I can put that just there. Now I need to deal with this structure here, because this could flop back there, and I'm not too happy with that. So I'm going to put something that goes in between there. That to me doesn't seem like the correct type of material, so I'm going to look for something that is maybe more like this, I guess. And what I could do with this, I guess I could tear this envelope into a more pleasing shape. Again, using folds along the edges. Maybe using the folds that are already there, but in an unusual way. So I'm going to fold these back in on themselves, like so. Using this fold that's already there. And this somehow will be able to deal with this space in between these two elements here. I'm going to roll it. I'll roll it to the center, just there, and give it a little bit of a fold. I'm going to do the same to the other side. Just rolling it up like this. Now that that is done, we have a shape that looks like that. Now again, I can fold this in half to form another kind of base-looking thing. And this could sit just in between, like so. Now, as you see, it is a little bit too large for this gap in between here. So how are we going to deal with that? Well, you do a little bit more of a fold on this side. And because I've done it to that side, I'm going to also do it to that side now as well. I'm going to fold it on both sides. Now let's see if that will fit into the gap a little bit better. Which it does. There you go. So, I like this edge here, this diagonal point here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a bit of tape, and I'm going to attach this. So this edge on this piece of envelope sits on that envelope, that piece of paper just there. So the way I'm doing that, I'm going to attach a piece of tape to the back here, and that will be able to slot in just so. Now this is looking more correct now. And usually at this point there is something that will just pull it all together. So I'm thinking of attaching just one more, maybe a strip. A strip would be quite nice to go along, maybe continuing this line up here and just pulling it all together by attaching it just there. And that will make a more structurally sound and pleasing outcome. So let me attach this end like so. Tape there, tape along here, making a little bit of a flimsy structure around here, but contrasting well against the more structurally sound elements in the main body of the work. And if I turn it round for you, you can see I can attach it at the other end, another piece of masking tape just there, and that will sit just at the edge. Maybe just at the edge, that would be quite nice. So everything is being connected together to finalize my sculpture. And make sure you stick down the masking tape properly. It's difficult to see in this part, but I need to just make sure that that masking tape sticks there. And just lightly press it against it, or you might damage the sculpture. Now that that is done, we can turn it round And there we have it, a sculpture made out of masking tape and plain paper.